Good morning and welcome. I'm Danielle Christensen. I'm the Vice President of Business Development and Marketing here at the Business Network for Offshore Wind. For those of you that are not very familiar with us, the Business Network is a member-based nonprofit educational organization with a mission to develop the offshore wind renewable energy industry and its supply chain. On behalf of our entire team, thank you for your interest in U.S. offshore wind, and to our members, thank you for your support, both of the network and the industry. Over the next half hour, we're going to take a look at one of the network's most popular products, the Offshore Wind Market Dashboard. Launched in early 21, the Offshore Wind Market Dashboard is the result of one of the network's main objectives, to track and report on the market 24/7, 365. This business intelligence tool is designed to be your one-stop shop for U.S. offshore wind market intelligence, including project data, supplier contracts, key state and federal developments, and more. We created this tool to help our members have more transparency into offshore wind projects and timelines and see how a state's offshore wind program advances over time. Our dashboard team is committed to keeping this tool updated daily, meaning you can count on us to provide the data needed for your business intelligence, saving your staff time. You can count on us instead of asking them to do the research and track things on all those Excel spreadsheets we know you all have. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to the leader of the dashboard team, Courtney Malvick. Courtney?
Good morning. My name is Courtney Malvick, and I'm the Vice President of Design and Strategic Initiatives for the network. Like many of you, we were using Excel files and our memories to generate market data, reports, and data points for speaking engagements. As more and more states and industry players entered the market, the information became harder to keep track. So we created this internal tool. Then we heard from many of you about the need for more transparency in the supply chain process. So as we powered Supply Chain Connect and learned of all the subcontracts that were being given to vendors, we started cataloging this information and added a project contract section, which you'll see in the demo. Offshore wind developments are entered daily, as Danielle said. They're sourced from all of our staff from our work in interacting with the industry on a daily basis. We also have a full-time staff person in charge of entering updates from various sources. So now for the demo. I am thrilled to be demonstrating this key product. Sharing my screen. Can everybody see this? So you'll see here our dashboard page. This provides a snapshot of the current status of the U.S. offshore wind market. Along the top are key metrics in the offshore wind industry. For example, investments. Clicking on this opens offshore wind investment table. We also show a list of the U.S. offshore wind projects under development. Clicking on a column heading sorts by either project name, megawatts, or various statuses. We track offtake status, permitting status, and then a general project status. We also show the U.S. offshore wind megawatts under contract. You click that, and it displays a table that shows the megawatts under contract by state. We also have a section called Important Upcoming Dates, which displays information from our content section, that information that will occur in the future. Clicking on it gives you a little bit of more information on it. And if you click this, it takes you to a browser that the link to the actual document so in this case, it's the draft EIS. Now let's take a look at our Ocean Wind project details page. These are the 5 main layouts, and we're going to be going through each one of these. So project details page, when I click the Ocean Wind project, it opens it in the project details tab. At the top of the page, you'll see information about the project, status information, lease area information, including the OCS lease block, size of the lease area in square kilometers, the acquisition cost, etc. If you click on this orange permitting dashboard button, it displays the federal permitting status webpage for that project. The top right-hand corner shows a number of different tabs. The specs tab gives you the specs on the project. Another way of viewing this is by clicking the project overview button. If we have enough of the specs for a project, this button appears. Clicking it shows it in a more visual display. So we give you all the specs, but just in a more visual display. If it was a different type of foundation bottom, it would show the actual drawing of that particular kind of foundation. So let's go back to the project details tab. One of the most popular features of the project details page is the contract section. This displays all the contracts we've been able to find on for Ocean Wind in this case. Clicking on a company name gives contact information, work performed if we have that, and website information, various things about that company. And it is a very popular section. The last section, the last tab here, ports and vessels tab. Let's go to the Block Island one for this. We give information about the ports and the phases. Clicking on the a vessel associated with this project brings up information about a vessel. This brings up a web page with the actual specs on the vessel. That's another popular feature. If you click this, it actually shows the vessel on a live map, which tells you how fast they're going and where they are in the world at that given time. Let's click on it and see what's going on with it. Okay, so we see it's here and it is somewhere in the world. Das Island, traveling to Das Island. Okay, so at the bottom of the page, this section here, we call it's sort of a news feed style information about the project. This includes links to OCS lease documentation from BOEM, as well as news developments about in this case, Block Island. Information particularly focused on contracts that have been executed. I'm going to go back to Ocean Wind. So you can see here we have 46 news items on Ocean Wind. There we go. So 43 items for Atlantic Shores. A lot of BOEM documents. This will tell you we've tagged the articles, so you can search content. So say you wanted to search across projects, keyword for, I don't know, let's say floating. I'm not sure how much we have on it, but if I wanted to search across, it sorts it by project, and you can click on this for the actual web page or PDF if we have that information, which will take you to that article. Okay, now let's explore the state details layout. This is where you can find all the information about a state. Use the left menu to switch from state to state. Projects are in alphabetical order by state name. The Projects tab lists all of the offshore wind projects with the state, megawatts, developer, general status. The Investment tab shows the investments associated with that state, with each state. The Contract tab lists all the contractors who've worked on a project. So it's the same contractors you saw in the project details page, but they include all the contractors for all the projects within that state. And the Ports tab lists port in that state. Click on the port name to display details about that port. This is the BOEM state webpage button. Clicking this button opens a web browser that displays BOEM's webpage of that state's offshore wind activities. If you do not see this button on a state page, it means that BOEM does not have a webpage for that state. Offshore wind training, if available in that state, it will display any offshore wind training organizations. And then last, the content section. Like on the project details page, this section displays news about offshore wind in that state, sorted by date. Now for the project timeline tab. This layout contains a view of the status of each of the milestones in offshore wind. The key is at the top. A blue rectangle means the milestone is complete or approved. Striped means it's in progress. Sorted by project name by default. Click on a column heading to sort by that column. Lastly, I'm going to talk about the Explore page. We've just made a number of improvements to this page. So you can see we've broken down the offshore wind market into 5 principal regions. When you click on each region, the corresponding lease areas are highlighted on the map, and on the left-hand side, the states and projects within the region will appear. So let's explore the Mid-Atlantic and Carolinas layer. I'm going to turn off this grid. Okay, so by default, we have 43 active layers already selected. Now let's say you're interested in looking at some more information in here. Let's select under energy and infrastructure. Let's select infrastructure, coastal energy facilities. So it overlays that data on here. If we click on a dot, it gives us the exact information for that particular coastal energy facility. So it's, you can turn that layer on and off. Let's also select, there are many, many items to choose from it, which is why we call it Explore. Let's go to physical oceanography and let's select wind speed. I believe there's wind speed in here. Contours, yes. So you can see wind speed. So there's many, many, hundreds of layers of data layers to play with. So you can see there are many ways we allow people to explore in detail. We view the offshore wind dashboard as a truly living document and something that will continue to grow, expand, reflect the ongoing maturation of the US offshore wind industry, and most importantly, enable network members to easily access the information they need to succeed in the US offshore wind market. We believe you will really like this product and find it useful. If you're already a dashboard user, please use the feedback button here to give us feedback, what you like, what you dislike. It's on every single one of these tabs. And now I will turn it over to Danielle Christensen.
Thank you, Courtney. Thanks for that very thorough overview of the dashboard. I hope you've all enjoyed learning more about this important tool. The Offshore Wind Market Dashboard is available exclusively to Business Network members. This is included with our leadership and developer level membership and is available as an add-on for our corporate level members. If you have questions about your login access, upgrading your membership, or would like to discuss joining the Business Network and going over all of our benefits, we would be happy to discuss all of that with you. You can contact anyone at the membership team by emailing us at membership@offshorewindus.org. So before I let you go today, I just wanted to give you a quick overview of some of our products and remind you that the Business Network for Offshore Wind is a member-based nonprofit educational organization with a mission to develop the offshore wind renewable energy industry and its supply chain. We do this in a variety of ways, including the events, tools, and services you hear on the slide. I am not going to go over all of these for you today, but I do want to highlight 3 that I believe are important for everyone to know about. The first is Supply Chain Connect. This is a free industry registry that allows companies to publicly indicate their interest and ability to supply components and services for offshore wind projects. If you have not listed your company yet, I recommend that you do so today. We're going to pop the link here in the chat so you can go right over to it. The second is Foundation to Blade. This is an important industry training tool that is focused on businesses that are entering the U.S. offshore wind supply chain. This is not a technical course. This is a business-focused course. Excuse me. This multi-day course will help you understand all aspects of the industry from siting and permitting through operations and maintenance, but most importantly, it will help you understand where your company fits in the supply chain and how to successfully enter the market. The third and upcoming thing that I want everyone to be aware of is our largest annual event, the International Offshore Wind Partnering Forum, fondly known as IPF. This is our largest event and will be held April 26th through the 28th in Atlantic City, New Jersey. This is the premier offshore wind event in the US and will draw over 2,000 attendees from every facet of the supply chain, including developers, OEMs, and tier 1, 2, and 3 suppliers. If you're considering any offshore wind event this year, we highly recommend IPF. You can find all information about this event at 2022ipf.com. In-depth information about all of these products and the market dashboard can be found on our website, which is www.offshorewindus.org. And that concludes our program for today. Thank you so much to everyone who joined us this morning. Please reach out to the membership team if you have any questions about membership, events, or the dashboard information we went over today. Thank you.